Ladies and gentlemen, it's the greatest YouTuber of all time, Dr. Asshole Sauce! My head. And we're back with another one. Yeah. And we're back with another one. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we go. Ready? Yeah! And today, we're going to talk about hot, horny singles. In the Moon Age Daydream, oh yeah. Everybody loves buying their singles. And I'm going to talk about my secret for buying singles. Because most people don't do it because they're afraid. And I'm going to tell you the secret to singles buying. Because I'm about to buy some singles today. I'm buying the Mew from Fusion Strike. I think the Mew from Fusion Strike is an extremely good pickup if you can find a good deal on one. But it doesn't necessarily matter about just finding any old Mew from Fusion Strike, okay, for $120 or whatever. What matters is finding the right Mew in perfect condition. And apply this with any fucking single. I feel like people get lost in the sauce on buying singles, because you can get lost in the sauce. The secret is knowing what to look for. Does it have great centering? Does it have any whitening whatsoever? I mean, even a fucking dot, you don't buy that card. I don't give a fuck. If it has a little tiny dot in the left-hand corner, you can hardly see it, but it's there, don't buy it. If it has any defect, the centering slightly off, don't buy it. Don't buy it. But here's the advantage. And now this gets better with vintage because you make way more money finding perfect vintage cards and then grading them 10s. Which, it's very fucking hard, by the way. But it's not that hard to find minty modern cards. Like the Mew, for example. In my case, I'm going to spend $100 on a Mew VMAX from Fusion Strike that is in perfect condition. I'm going to grade it. It'll get a 10. And it will sell for right around $300. So you're pretty much 3xing your money on just one card. Okay? This is the secret to making money in singles. And you may say, well, but the singles, what if they drop? It's such a volatile thing. Well, I'll tell you the truth. Even if, like, I buy that Mew, let's say, for $100. It drops to, like, 80, 70. And the PSA 10 drops to $200, let's say. I still got a PSA 10 and I still double my money. Almost. You know what I mean? So, this is why buying singles in perfect condition does pay off. But that's the only thing I really recommend doing with singles. I don't really recommend buying them to hold on to. Even though the Gengar and the Giratina are not bad pickups at these current prices. Like, you could see the Gengar go from like the 500 it's at raw now to like 725, 800. I mean, you could see stuff like that happen. I don't think that's a far stretch, but you should be essentially buying cards to grade them. That is the secret that I use for for fucking with singles. Sealed, you just throw it in the closet and leave it sit forever. But and I also want to get into this whole thing of like prismatic evolutions. Even though I know I did this in another video, I have to bring it up because Nostalgia not him. Alpha Investments made a video on this, and he was saying how he's stuck with prismatic that he bought for 95 in ETB, and now it's only selling for that. Yeah, that guy will be fine. He will hold on to all those, and in another year they'll be fucking $200 in ETB. So if you bought prismatic at a high price and you're worried, just keep holding, man. Just wait it out. It's not a big deal, Eventually supply dries up, no matter what. I mean, look at Evolving Skies. Like there were a lot of people that bought, at $40, $80 even, thought it was too much. And, I think I bought a bunch of Evolving ETBs at 80, and then they dropped to like 70 or 60 back in the day, and now it's like, yeah, they're fucking $300 now. So I wouldn't worry too much. Prismatic's a banger set. It just might take some time, like that's just how things are if you want to make good gains. But there's a lot of YouTubers that are like talking shit on that right now of like, you're an idiot if you buy prismatic, and it's just like, this is the shit I love, because if someone's telling you you're an idiot for buying it, you should probably just buy it, because they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. What half these PokeTubers say to do, you should just do the exact opposite. It's kind of like Jim Cramer, like where he tells you what to do, and if you do the exact opposite, you make a shit ton of money. That's essentially what you should do with half these Pokemon YouTubers. I mean, honestly, most of them just got lucky as shit anyway, because they just hoarded a bunch of Pokemon, and they don't really know how the market works or haven't much of an understanding. So they just are kind of banking on the luck of waiting forever and then it'll be worth more money. Like they don't really know what to do or how the market works. They just bought a bunch of like 151 shit, like the UPCs at like $80, and they're just holding them long term because they just know hold Pokemon, go high. Like that's really what they know. They don't really understand like that how the process works over time, and it's just because people were saying like Crown Zenith was a terrible buy at 40, and now look at it. People would say 151 was a bad deal for 50, 60 in ETB, and now it's 200 in ETB. So when YouTubers are talking shit on something is probably when you should buy it, unless if it's shiny fates. Don't buy shiny fates. Just don't. Just sit it out. I don't care. I don't care. Get prismatic over shiny fates. I don't care. So that's just kind of where we're at. My opinions of the market and my secret sauce for grabbing singles. You just got to be really fucking picky with singles, man. And if they're not, just don't buy them. Nothing wrong with that at all. You don't have to buy everything. You just take a pass on stuff. I mean, you don't know you can only imagine how many cards I've turned down just because they had a little speck on them. Like, I'm good. So sometimes you just got to do that. That's just how it is. But yeah, so those are my secret sauces. Also learn how to flip clothing, man. You can make so much money, like buying fucking, like going to flea markets and shit, buying and selling fucking, like shoes and fucking shirts and like hoodies and hats and shit, man. I made a killing doing that back in the day. I mean, really. I mean, it's such a good extra income. Like, dude, you could buy like fucking flips, like fucking flip-flops and shit for like $2 and like resell them online for $40. I mean, you can do so much like goofy shit like that, that'll just make a killing. Like Like, even these, hold on, like, I wouldn't sell these, but like the Tommy Hilfiger slides, dude, you could buy these for like $2 and literally sell them for fucking 40. I mean, like, there's a crazy market for sneakers and, Pokemon, everything. And if you learn this and, go to yard sales and stuff and go to like flea markets and, you know what you're looking for. Same with like records, like there's a lot of collectible records out there, toy trains, action figures. I mean, if you learn all this stuff, basically like I have, you can go to like flea markets, dude, and just clean house, man, and that's just one of the secrets. If you use that in Facebook Marketplace, you'll find deal after deal after deal after deal. I mean, you might have to look around a little bit, but like you will find some deals that you wouldn't believe. So that's just some good advice from this channel of good things to do that will make you money. It may not be shit tons of money, but it will add up, especially if you're like really on it, like constantly on the grind of it. You will make some bucket paper. So, just throwing that out there. Like, there's a lot of different little things you can do that will just change your life, of like, if you're buying designer clothes all the time, like I was always doing that. I was always spending too much money on fucking clothes. And then, I started to buy like just when I found deals, you just couldn't refuse. So that, like just that saves a lot of your investing money that you can invest into other things. So, there's a lot of secrets to this world and shortcuts of doing, stuff like that. You just have to get creative, you know what I mean? Like, and think outside the box, and it will pay off, and have a good head on your shoulders, and just be patient, understand things aren't just going to make you rich overnight. It will take time, no matter how you do it, but patience is key, especially in Pokemon, So anyway, that's all we have for this video though, guys. Love you guys. We're out.